Alright guys, you are welcome to this lesson. This lesson is about string. String is a data type in JavaScript that is used to store and manipulate text. In this lesson, you will learn about how to declare variables of data type string, and we will also learn some JavaScript method that can be used to manipulate string. Without any further delay, let's jump into it. So to declare a variable of data type string, we need to use any of our keywords. You can use the let, var, or const, followed by the name we wish to assign to the variable, then an equal sign, then the text we wish to store in quotes. The quote can be single quote, it can be double quote, and we can also use backticks. So let's jump into the console and type a few things. So in this variable, I'll use the let keyword and I'll call it name. Bring my equal sign. Using the single quote, I will assign Jon Snow to it. Then the second one, I'll use the var keyword. I'll call this one title. And I'll use the double quote and assign it to Lord Commander. Then the last one, which is using the keyword const, I'll call this one place, and equal sign. Using backtick, I'll say Winterfell. So if I call type of into bracket name, I'll get a string. If I do the same for title, I will also get string, and if I do same for place, I will also get string. So ladies and gentlemen, we have declared variables of data type string. In the next lesson, we will learn about a few methods that can be used to manipulate strings. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, consider doing so, because there are amazing content on the way coming. Thank you. I'll see you in the next lesson. Alright guys, so in this lesson we will begin by the dot length. The dot length is used to count the number of characters a particular variable contains. So if I call name and I bring the dot length, then I will get 8, which means that the number of characters in the variable called name is 8. If I do the same for title dot length, I'll get 14, and if I do the same for place dot length, I'll get 10. So we use the dot length method to count the number of characters in a particular variable. This method is very useful when you are taking input from users and you want to know the number of characters they bring in. Example, you want users to have minimum characters of 10. So when you check and the characters is less than 10, then you can give the user feedback that the password is not strong enough. Or let's say a user has to post a comment with a particular word limit, so we can use the dot length method to find out whether the text that the user is supplying falls within the cutoff that we want. Alright, so the next method that we are going to do is assessing characters based on their position in the text. And in JavaScript, we begin our counting from 0. What this means is that if I want to access the first character, its index is 0. Great. To get the character at a particular position using the index method, you type the name of the variable, you bring square bracket, then the index. So when we say 0, we will get J, which is the first character in the text Jon Snow. If I bring 1, I'll get O. If I type 2, I will get N, which is the third character in variable of text Jon Snow. Now imagine if I bring 3, I get an empty space. This means that the space we have are also considered as characters. The next method that we are going to talk about is the replace method. As the name suggests, we use the replace method to replace a portion of our text. Okay, so for example, if I wish to change the name Jon Snow to John Doe, all I need to do is to call the name variable, bring the replace keyword, bring my parenthesis, and then the word that I wish to replace. So I wish to replace the snow, then I bring the comma, then the new word, so I'll just say Doe. Then it has been changed. Is that okay? If I want to change everything from Jon Snow to John Doe, by this time around the normal spellings of John, I'll just have to say name dot replace into bracket. I'll spell everything Jon Snow, then I'll replace it with John Doe, like this. Is that okay? So that is our replace method. Now the next method that I wish to talk about is the toUpperCase method. toUpperCase, as the name suggests, will transform all the text from their current case to uppercase. So if I call name dot toUpperCase, then all the text will be transformed to uppercase. Then the opposite of the uppercase is lowercase. So if I call name dot toLowerCase, then everything will be changed from their current case to lowercase. Now the next method that I wish to talk about is the trim method. With this one, I'll have to declare a new variable to explain what I'm trying to do. So I will create a variable using the let keyword, and I'll call this one email and assign it to using a single quote. Okay, now suppose someone is supposed to type the email, but they begin by typing space, then they continue, let's say Jon Snow at hbo.got, like this. Then let's say they also add some more space. When they store the data, this is how the data is going to be received. So if I say email, you see I get all the space included. What it means is that this is how it is going to be stored in our database, and later if the person wants to access the account and the person refuses to bring the white spaces, the person is not going to be able to access the account. So it is the responsibility of the developer to get rid of any extra white space. So we use trim to remove leading or trailing white space. So if I call email dot trim, then it will get rid of the leading space and then the trailing space. This method is very useful, especially when you are obtaining data from your client, especially their email, their password, their phone number, and what have you. This is very important. The next method that I wish to talk about is the substring method, and as the name suggests, like when you are taking a portion of a particular text. So if I call name dot substring method, now it will take two parameters. The first parameter will be the index of the character we wish to begin our substring from. So let's say 3. You see that it has taken care of the first 3 characters. So if I say 4, like this, now I have snow, and let's say I want up to 7. So you see that it will just take just a portion of the data. So let me declare a new variable, let bio equal to, this is the biography of the best programmer in the world. Alright, so now I want to take a portion of this data using the substring method. So all I have to do is I'll just call the variable which is bio dot substring like this. I want to begin from the 5th character to the 10th character. To the 10th character like this. Another method that can be used to achieve this same goal is the slice method. So I'll get a bio.slice, and let's say I'll slice from the 4th character to, let's say, the 15th character. So I get it like this. But mostly we don't use the slice on text, we mostly use them on arrays. But in case you wish to do something like this, then you can either use the substring or the slice. Great. Now the next one that I wish to talk about is concat method. So let's say I want to join the name and place. All I have to do is just say name.concat like this. Then what I wish to join is, let's say, place like this. Then I get it. But as you can see, we didn't have any space between the Jon Snow and then the Winterfell. So to allow space, we can add it manually. So name.concat into bracket, the space will come in a quote. So we bring our space, we bring our comma, then let's say we say place like this. We can also use the concatenate to join other text with the ones we already have. So for example, I will say name.concat into bracket is the king of, then I'll bring my comma, place like this. So I now get Jon Snow is the king of Winterfell. Now this method is kind of old school. There is a new way of doing it, which is using the plus sign or the addition sign. So instead of using the name.concat method, you can just say name plus place, then we get the same result. But as you can see, the space didn't come. If we wish to have space, we have to add it manually. So I can say name plus and space plus, then let's say place like this. So we get Jon Snow Winterfell. So if we wish to write a statement by joining some characters plus the ones we have already assigned to variables, for example, we want to say Jon Snow is the king of Winterfell, we can say name plus is the king of, then I'll bring my sign place like this. So I'll now achieve Jon Snow is the king of Winterfell. Now this method is kind of difficult because there is a better way of doing this, and the better way of doing this is to use the template literals. And with the template literals, we use the backtick. Then we will say $, open curly braces or curly bracket, then let's say we say name, okay, is the king of, then curly bracket, $, curly bracket, place like this. So we get Jon Snow is the king of Winterfell. The template literal is very important, especially when you want to disseminate or broadcast a generic message to individuals. So for example, if you are subscribed to a newsletter and they are sending the message, they send it to everyone, but they just change the names or they just insert the variables that will pick the name. Okay, so let's try and then do something like this. So let's say let person equal to, bring my template literal, my name is, then I'll get my name like this, full stop, I am the, then I'll bring my title. So I'll say title of, then let's say another one, then we say place like this. If I call person like this, I'll get my full statement, which is my name is Jon Snow. I am the Lord Commander of Winterfell. So that is that. Thank you very much for watching this video to this end. I'll see you in the next one. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, consider doing so because there are so many incredible things coming up. Enjoy the rest of the day.